Okay. Now we start this session today, and this is a session on team building. Okay. Now, why is it important to know about teams? Because in today's world, there is a lot of networking. Teams have become very, very important. In any organization, it is not possible to work alone. It is not possible to work in isolation. Nowadays, to complete projects, large projects, we need teams. Teams are the building blocks of an organization. And it is very important that teams work in unity. And that is the reason we need to build strong teams. And it is said that the success of teams leads to the success of the organization. So therefore today it is very, very important to know and understand about team building. We will now look at what are the main objectives. What are the main things that we will learn today? What are the main goals or the things or the subjects or the objectives that we will focus on today? The first thing, by the end of this session, all participants should be able to understand and define what is a team. The second thing, they should be able to understand, or they should be able to know, get knowledge on different stages of team building. Whenever we use the word building, does not happen in one day. There are stages. And we will know, so similarly even with team, when we are talking of team building, teams are not built in a day. Slowly it develops. So there are different stages in the formation of a team which we are going to discuss today. The next objective is we have to know the roles and responsibilities of team members who are in the team. This includes the team lead and the team members. The team lead could be manager, the team lead could be senior manager, the team lead could be team leader, but it is important to understand the different roles of members within a team. The other thing we will discuss is cross-cultural teams or cultural intelligence, which is becoming very, very important today, because in today's world we are a global workplace. Today's world is much, much more global. Thanks to IT, thanks to connectivity, today people, different parts of the world, in different parts of the world, work together to complete a particular project, especially in the software scenario. Your team member could be in France, your team member could be in India, your team member could be in US, team member could be in Japan, all members, different countries, across continents, but working as one team to fulfill a common objective. And that could be fulfillment of a project. So today's world, it is also important to know about cross-cultural teams. So these are the main objectives that we are going to discuss today. And we think that by the end of this session, participants will go with the knowledge of these objectives. Drop the egg, use the towel to save the egg, but egg should touch ground without breaking. Think as a team. 5 minutes for thinking. Yes. Now we will look at some team definitions. I told you there is a difference between a group and a team. A group is a collection of people, may have a purpose, may not have a purpose. But a team is a collection of people who have a common goal, who are interacting with each other, who are using the same resources within the targeted time, and working towards a common goal. For example, in this particular activity, all of you had a common goal. So, as I told you, common goal. They are not only interacting with each other, they are also influencing each other towards a common goal. Now let us look at some pictures or different types of teams. Team. What is a team? As I told you. Now let us practice a little bit. Let me see if you have understood. Okay? First, teams should have a well-defined purpose or target that clearly conveys the organization's objectives. Yes or no? This is a grid which is normally used for assessing the maturity of a team. A small grid to show you how conflict can be managed in a team situation. Now we are looking at a grid where we have assertiveness on the y-axis and cooperativeness on the x-axis. Now, what is this assertiveness? And there is a concept which is the diversity island. Now the diversity island says that about culture, only 10% is visible. 90% is actually below. This part, 1, we think we understand. This part, slowly more is revealed with familiarity. As you start working with the person, more is revealed. And this part is deeply under the sea. This is the part which is deeply held beliefs, values, difficult for us to understand. And they are almost cannot be seen. So this is actually the cultural diversity island. Now let us do a little activity again. I would want some of you to come forward, pick up a sticker and put it where you think it is right. Okay? Please come. Yes. Then there are certain cultures, that is I versus we cultures. I meaning I identity is very strong. Individualism is very strong. They have ties between individuals are very loose. Means family. Bindings are loose. Concept of society very free. Whereas some cultures, we identity, group goal.